G'day crew, and welcome to yet another segment on the live baiting video. In this segment we're going to look at the sounder shots for live bait. So if you don't know what the live bait looks like on your sounder, just let this play through. I've got screenshots from 4 different sounders here. Most of these screenshots only show live bait. Occasionally you'll see a predator just on the outskirts, but the whole purpose of this is just to show you the live bait skills. This first group of pictures shows the bait skills on a Raymarine unit and on a Humminbird unit. They're all just stills, and they're all taken between the Lazarette and the Hope Banks on one trip when I was trolling. You'll see that flash up as a Raymarine or a Humminbird, and you'll see that the bait skills are the same bait skill, just looked at on the different sounders. I'll just let these screenshots play through for a moment and then I'll start talking again. This next group of shots is more recent, and they've been taken on the Furuno TZ3 unit using the Airmar B54 multi-beam transducer. It also has the Airmar TM265LH transducer on it, and I've got some of those shots in there as well. The other shots are from the Timezero Pro. That runs on a standard Windows PC with an i7 processor, so it's a lot more processing power it's got to separate the signals out, and does a very good job of that. But the image it presents is quite different from the one I see in the Furuno, even though the actual transducer source is the same. I'll just let these screenshots play through for a moment and then I'll start talking again. Just notice in this shot from the Furuno TZ3 using the B54 transducer, which is processed by the DFF 3D black box, the bait skill is so thick at this point that it appears to be structure on the bottom. In fact, there's no structure there, as you'll see in a minute, but the processing of it just can't differentiate what is bait. Now this is the same bait skill that I just spoke about. On the Furuno TZ3 it appeared to be structure on the bottom because the bait skill was so thick that there wasn't enough processing power for it to actually differentiate the fish from the bottom. However, this is displayed on the Timezero Pro, which is running on a standard Windows i7 computer. It's got a lot more processing power and it is actually picking up the difference between the fish and the bottom. So it just goes to show you need lots of processing power in order to show an accurate image of what's down there. But if you haven't got the processing power, you have to make an informed decision about the difference between what's on the display and what's actually happening underneath. And that comes with experience. Now I've got 3 sounders on board. I've got the Timezero unit, the Furuno and the Humminbird. I've got the gains set differently on all of them, and I think that helps me to see and understand what's under the boat. Where I've got the gain set high, it's going to pick up some really small fish along with a lot of interference, for want of a better word. But it'll pick up really, really small fish and show them as an arch. Where I've got the gain set low, it's only going to show the larger fish. And if I'm over something that looks interesting, I can look around all 3 units and make an assessment of what's down there. Like in this school, it's, I believe, mostly bait, but I think there's some predators mixed in amongst it, which is why I say if you've got your Sabiki over the side, jigging for bait, you should also have one of those live baits on a hook down over the side. It'll be distressed, giving out distress signals. If there's a predator around, chances are it's going to pick on that fish to eat. Well, that's all the screenshots I really wanted to show you about the bait skills. Hopefully now you'll be able to recognise a bait skill when you see it on your sounder. It is possible to confuse it with a prop wash. That looks very similar, but you'll only get that when you cross over another boat's path or turn around the circle and cross your own path. So it's pretty obvious what's happening there. I hope this helps you find the skills.